Hello everybody, it is the Dark Conservatarian and I am on my way to watch a movie, and I just wanted to get a little something off my chest that has been rolling through my mind as of recently. And that is about how dog whistling is a useless term pretty much. It's bull crap, it is meaningless, it probably should not be used all that much. Now, if you're new to politics and you do not know what dog whistling is, basically I'll give my layman's definition on what it is. I might not know the official definition of a dog whistle, but essentially a dog whistle is when a person is assuming of what another person's true motive is when they go speaking about politics. It's basically somebody's thinking that, or theorizing that when somebody says X, it's really just an underhanded way of them saying Z. Like, this is largely something that is done by the left towards the right. I mean, it's probably done by some right-wing organizations and right-wing people as well, but I'm just giving my own observation. I'm not meaning to generalize, I'm just giving my observation on this, and that observation is that more typically the term dog whistle or an accusation of dog whistling is thrown about more by left-wing people than right-wing people. But that said, there are a few right-wing people who will essentially say that people are dog whistling or whatever. Like, for example, I did an old response video. One of my older response videos, I responded to Muhammad Ali on interracial marriage. And on that very same video talking about interracial marriage, it was an old interview of him talking to some guy called Parkinson from the BBC. But at the end of that actual video, there was some clip being played by that was edited together in an overly dramatic fashion, crying about white genocide and whatnot. And some of the dialogue that was mentioned at the bare end of that video, in that little edited clip going towards the end there, was that they were saying basically that anti-racist is a code word for anti-white. Yeah, it makes you lose a few brain cells just hearing that, doesn't it? Now, they don't actually use the term dog whistle to say, oh, if you are championing anti-racism, well, no, that's just a dog whistle that really you're just anti-whiteness or whatever. They don't actually use the term dog whistle, but it's essentially the same thing when they say anti-racist is a code word for anti-white and all that other bull crap. Another example would be people on the left saying that, oh, you're for states' rights? No, that's just really a dog whistle that you really just want, black people to be oppressed or whatever other bull crap like that, and so on and so forth. Or I've heard that dog whistle be thrown around when people are just merely talking about crime statistics. They go talking about the racial disparities in crime statistics, or some right-wing person would be talking about racial disparities in crime statistics, and then a leftist would be coming about and saying, you're dog whistling right there. And they haven't explained exactly what the person is dog whistling, and I do not even know what exactly a person could even possibly be dog whistling when they go mentioning how, 15% of the, or people from 15% of the population go committing like 50% of the homicides or whatever, which is what generally the talking point goes, talking about the homicidal rate among black people in comparison to other people, and so on and so forth. And then somebody will be crying, oh no, you're just dog whistling when you go talking about them statistics. Oh no. I don't even know what they would be assuming exactly what the motive is for people just mentioning crime statistics, but hey, the term dog whistle gets thrown at them for mentioning that. So how can I help it? And I'm just at the point right now that dog whistling, I'm just gonna dismiss any calls or accusations of dog whistling, because for one thing, I do believe in states' rights, or state powers, as rather that Austin Peterson would put it. He doesn't, he said, as he puts it, states don't have rights, but instead he terms it like state powers, like individual states within the United States more specifically. And that's something that I believe in as well when it comes to the Republican form of government that we have, and so on and so forth. And a person could come along and just say, oh no, you just want black people oppressed, and I can tell them no, and I'm just thinking in the back of my head, no, I'm not wanting black people or any group to be oppressed or whatever. You do realize, and here's the thing about states' rights or whatever else have you. Within states' rights, there is a possibility, like it might be a long shot, it does open the door that a given state could like also, I guess, legislatively oppress white people as well. Yeah, like I said, it might be a far stretch of that ever happening to some people who are watching this video, but still. No, a person who is for states' powers, states' rights, and whatnot, no, they are not wanting black people or anyone else to be oppressed or whatever else have you. What they want is for the states to like determine their own legislation when it comes to things like gun law or something like that. Like if California wants to ban guns, well, hey, Texas does not want to be subject to those very same laws. So therefore, let the states determine their own gun laws as subject to their own state, you know? But no, a person will insist, no, you're dog whistling that you just really want black people to be oppressed or whatever else have you. And really, crying out dog whistling, it's just a fancy way of trying to say, I am trying to justify my straw man against you, because that's just a sum up of what essentially what it is when you go crying out somebody is dog whistling. Now, maybe I can give the benefit of the doubt that in a few areas of people talking about politics, maybe I can like give the benefit of the doubt that this given person or that given person is like using some underhanded language. But that, when a person is using underhanded language or whatever else have you, it's so few and far in between that it's almost unrecognizable, that it's just worthy of dismissing it entirely almost. So that's why that I will just dismiss any cries for dog whistling. Not like I may have my own personal opinion of what a person's true intents may. You may have your own personal opinion of what a person's true intents might be, and so on and so forth. No matter of how they explain their political beliefs, you may have your, and what their, no matter how many times a person explains their own political beliefs and what their motive is behind their political beliefs, you may still have your opinion on what you suspect their true intent to be. But it'll just be that, just your opinion. And if you want to like pin that motive, project that motive onto the person that you are crying out dog whistling at, well, it's just basically dismissible. Highly dismissible. And so, and so to all my right-wing colleagues who get cried out that you're just dog whistling or whatever, and even to leftists as well, who might get told that they're dog whistling and so on and so forth. To all of you who get cried out that you're dog whistling, just dismiss it. It's just utter bullshit. Anyway, tell me down in the comment section down below of what you think. If you think that a further and more articulate explanation is needed regarding dog whistling, well then go ahead and shoot your comments down below. But yeah, again, tell me what you think, and y'all have a blessed day, and God bless. See you next time. Bye-bye.